Why were the Pandavas sent into exile? The Pandavas bet their kingdom in the Prasth in a game of dice and lose. The agreement is that in the 13 years of their exile in the forest, the Kauravas would rule that kingdom. Hello and welcome to my channel. I am reading book Devlok with Devdutt Patnayak. It's a talk with Devdutt Patnayak ji. And today I'm gonna start reading part 14, Years in Exile. So let's continue. Of the 13 years, they were to live 12 years in a Vanvas and 1 year in Agyatwas. And if they were recognized and found out in the 13th year, they would have to go back into exile for another 13 years. What did these princes, so used to the luxury of royal life, do in the forest for so many years? The Pandavas talk to Krishna and tell him that they could wage war right away and get their kingdom back instead of going into exile. But Krishna cautions them against that and says they must keep their word, having entered into an agreement. When they wonder what they'll do, Krishna advises them to meet all the rishis in the forest one by one and turn this into an opportunity to expand their knowledge. Learn from the Aranyakas about the Upanishads, the sadhana of the rishis, and so on. All that knowledge would help them become better king on returning from exile. So they meet rishis who impart their knowledge and tell them stories, go on Tirth Yatra, travel to the mountains and across rivers. The third chapter of the Mahabharata in the Van Parva, literally the forest of stories where they are told innumerable stories. This is the core of Van Prasth, Kahani, Gyan, Tirth Yatra. What did Bhim learn in Agyatwas? Bhim is a strong and capable prince, but he is also proud and arrogant. He needed to learn humility. Many incidents take place in the jungle that teach him the value of humility. Once Draupadi sees a golden petaled lotus and brightens up for the first time after the Vastraharan. She's been angry and upset ever since. Seeing her happy, Bhim offers to bring her more such flowers. He decides that no one will come in his way and that he will not go around anything. They will have to move aside because he is a prince. He meets Hanuman, who is lying on the ground disguised as an old monkey. Hanuman says he's too old to move and asks Bhim to go around him or move his tail aside. Bhim kicks his tail, but it does not budge. He tries to move it with his hands, but no matter how hard he tries, it feels like something made of the heaviest iron. This is a famous story, and in the ensuing dialogue, Hanuman tells him that this very conceit is what caused him to lose his kingdom and that he'll have to learn about humility in the jungle. What is Arjun's story? Arjun is very upset about losing his kingdom, having to suffer his wife's humiliation. He is frustrated and impatient because Krishna has forbidden them to go to war. He does a tapasya to obtain a weapon, the Pashupastra, from Shiv. While he is meditating, Shiv comes to him as Kirat, a tribal. Arjun treats him like an inferior person. Kirat tells him that he may have been a prince in his palace, but in the jungle, he was like everyone else. They were equal. Arjun doesn't agree, and they have an archery contest in which he is defeated. Like Bhim, Arjun too is taught a lesson in humility. Unlike most stories where the hero is shown as being perfect, the Mahabharata shows their flaws. Then Arjun goes to heaven to meet his father Indra. There a beautiful Apsara named Urvashi sees him and is attracted to him. When Arjun turns her down, saying she was the wife of his ancestor, Pururva, and therefore like a mother to him, she tells him that his human rules don't apply to her. He still refuses her, so she curses him and says that he'll become a Napunsak. Scared, Arjun runs to Indra, who says he can only mitigate the curse by making it applicable for just 1 year, and suggests that he use it to his advantage during the Agyatwas. Arjun is portrayed as something of a ladies' man, a womanizer. This incident perhaps take place to make him question his masculinity. He pursues women, but has he tried to understand their needs? Seen the world from their point of view? When he lives like half a woman for a year without his masculinity, he'll be able to see the world from their perspective. Again, this is to teach him humility, a kind of mental retraining so that he'll become a better king when he returns. What is Yudhishthir's story? The Pandavas meet many rishis in the forest, including Mudgal and Markandeya. When Yudhishthir is about the injustice of having to suffer vanvas, Rishi Markandeya asks him why he is sulking when it was he who brought this hardship upon his family and himself. The Rishi then tells him the story of the Ramayana called Ramopkhyan, and how Ram, though completely blameless, happily chose vanvas only to help his father keep his word. So, this is it for today. I'll be back till then. Keep listening beautiful stories and keep smiling.